Heyo, Eric Leamy here. You watch my YouTube show in which my sentimental thoughts come from my heart, also where my mental oddball shenanigans are coming from my brain. It's EML77 TV, episode 541. What's going on, everybody? And first things first, I want to thank my sister and my brother-in-law, Joel and Jesse Alexander, for giving me the spare heater. What happened was my fan heater kind of died last night, and they gave me this ground heater, and it's a lot warmer. You can change the degree on this thing and whatnot, and so it's totally insane. So and it works very, very well. I'm already sweating right now. Unbelievable. That's why I took the shirt off. Well, let's talk about WrestleMania. What a WrestleMania it was a couple of hours ago. I finished watching WrestleMania. Good night, nurse. It was probably the best 2 nights of WrestleMania I've ever watched. Despite, given the circumstances, obviously, that's been going on in the world, I want to personally thank the WWE for giving us the best entertainment during these tough times we're living in. We need to get our minds off what's going on in the news, get our minds what's going on in politics and everything else. Give us some entertainment. And for those who've been blasting the WWE for weeks on end, you should be ashamed of yourselves, and you should apologize to WWE and say thank you. Because this was the only sport going on right now while all the other sports were canceled. You know? I'm sick of tired of being this internet wrestling nerd. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a fan. And I like it, you know? And it was an honor having to interact with some of the wrestlers online. You know, and it's unbelievable, you know, and I have some of them follow me on Twitter, like Taylor Hendricks, like Natalia. I want to thank them. I'm honored, you know, and it just blows my mind completely. And people liking, some of the wrestlers liking my quotes and everything else, and what I said to say, and just I'm very, very thankful. So let's before, you know, I want to give props to Stephanie McMahon for getting things going when, you know, and trying to encourage us to watch WrestleMania and all that. We want to thank you, Stephanie. That was awesome, the introduction that you did. So let's get it off. Kickoff match. Cesaro defeated Drew Gulak in a heck of a matchup. Cesaro beat Gulak with the airplane spin with no hands. I don't know what he calls that. It's totally awesome. They give it a fancy name. And that will play a part in the momentum for Sami Zayn's Intercontinental title match. This is night 1, by the way. We have new women's tag team champions once again. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss defeated the Kabuki Warriors to win their second tag team championship. Congratulations to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. What does it mean for the future of the Kabuki Warriors going forward? Rumor has it Kairi Sane is interested in going back to Japan. There's just rumors I've been reading, just rumors only. I know her contract is up, possibly at the end of the month, so we'll see what happens there. Will she stay in the WWE, or will she go back to Japan, go back to Stardom, because people in Stardom want her back, so we'll see what happens during that time. And so Miss Sane will be at a crossroads while Asuka, you know, she's pushing 40. They're saying that she can't go, but Asuka can really shine in singles competition. More on the women's division on Raw. Elias defeated King Corbin, thank God. I can't stand King Corbin. That guy's ears so big, he looks like a car coming down with both doors wide open. In fact, Baron Corbin's ears are so big, you can hear a fart in space, you know? That's how big Corbin's ears. I can't stand King Corbin. Oh my gosh. Guy's a doof. He looks like a doof. 6'8", he looks like a doof. Oh my goodness. I'm glad Elias beat him. Becky Lynch defeated Shayna Baszler. I did not expect that to happen. I think I did pick Lynch to win, but I expected Shayna Baszler to prove me wrong, because Shayna Baszler is one of the most lethal women in MMA, and she's been the most lethal woman on NXT, and she proved it by beating Kairi Sane for the she beat Ember Moon to become the for her first time NXT Women's Champion, and she defeated Kairi Sane again, and she's running rush over that women's division until she ran to Rhea Ripley. So I'm amazed that Becky Lynch found a way. She pulled a Kairi Sane. When Kairi first challenged Shayna for the NXT Women's Championship and TakeOver Brooklyn, and Kairi Sane ended up getting locked up in the Kirifuda clutch, and then she went over and she tried to get out of it, and then all of a sudden, Shayna's shoulders were down. The match, Kyrie's weren't, and Kyrie became the new champion. Becky Lynch did the same thing. She must have watched some of that matchup with Kyrie Sane and Shayna Baszler, or did Kyrie run into her and give her some few tips? I don't know. It was a heck of a matchup. Shayna Baszler was shocked, so we'll see what happens. Becky Lynch has been, for Becky Lynch, to me, she's the man. She says she's the man. She's proved it. Tell you what. She walked out of WrestleMania last year with both the women's and SmackDown and Raw Women's Championship. Okay, that's one. Two, she pinned in back-to-back WrestleManias two of the most prolific and lethal female MMA fighters in that sport's history, in Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. You can't go wrong with that. So Becky Lynch is the man. I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch. Always have, always will. Love her. And congratulations to Becky Lynch. Sami Zayn retained the Intercontinental title thanks to Daniel Bryan, thanks to Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro of the Artist Collective. He retained the title over Daniel Bryan. So what's next with Sami Zayn? We'll find out on Friday Night SmackDown. SmackDown Tag Team Championship was on the line, but because The Miz got hurt in that brawl on Friday night, they decided to put the tag titles on the line, but one team's, I call it a representative triple threat ladder match. That means one person representing their team. John Morrison representing Miz and Morrison. Kofi Kingston repping the New Day. Jimmy Uso representing the Usos in a triple threat ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. And thanks to Kofi Kingston and Jimmy Uso grabbing that belt holder and then dropped both belts, John Morrison picked him up and walked away the champ. Heck of a matchup between those two. And then this was where the internet conked down on me last night, is the Kevin Owens Seth Rollins matchup. Kevin Owens beat Seth Rollins the first time by DQ, but then they decided this is WrestleMania. Let's reset the match for a no disqualification match, which is Kevin Owens beat Seth Rollins. That was a heck of a matchup. Meanwhile, Mojo Rawley became the new 24/7 champion once again, defeating R-Truth. And I'm going to say this right off the bat, that by the time the summer hits, or by the time this whole restriction, social restriction, isolation, quarantine ends, by the time that happens, R-Truth will be a 40-time champion. I would not be surprised if they air random 24/7 matches. That would be crazy. Just scoop up pin, scoop up pin, scoop up pin. You never know. More on the 24/7 title. A Universal title match. Roman Reigns, because of the virus and because of his immune system, because of him battling leukemia and with the immune system, has decided to bow. Roman Reigns decided to bow out of the match and became. So Braun Strowman was called on to replace him in a match against Goldberg, and Braun Strowman defeated Bill Goldberg to become the new WWE Universal Champion. Since the Universal Championship is recognized by the PWI as a world title, Braun Strowman is a Triple Crown champion. He became Tag Team Champion a few WrestleManias ago with John Cone's son Nicholas. Became the Intercontinental Champion earlier this year, or was it? No, back in November or December, a few months ago. But now he's now the Universal Champion. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. And then the Boneyard match. Everybody's talking about the Boneyard match. It's like one of the best ever. Usually produced Jeremy Borash, who's still working for the WWE, and I believe Abyss is Chris Park. They're working. They worked very, very hard to talk about this match and what visions they have. And it was a heck of a matchup. Undertaker had his big evil persona, and he was going. It was like a conglomeration of all the personas over the years. And the Undertaker did defeat AJ Styles, and that up to his WrestleMania record at 26-2, literally burying AJ Styles alive. So I hope AJ Styles is okay after that. That's a little crazy, and has his hand sticking out of the dirt. Man, that's crazy. AJ Styles won't be the same again, and he will never ever run his mouth about Michelle McCool again. If I know AJ Styles, he better apologize to the dead man after all is done. Alrighty then, let's talk about night 2, which is that's tonight. Liv Morgan defeated Natalya. It's a huge win from Liv Morgan in her young career over a veteran like Natalya, the Iron Woman of the WWE. And I think Natalya has a lot of respect for Liv Morgan. So, according to Natalya's tweets, which is Natalya's a very classy young lady. So. What's next for Liv Morgan? And she said she's looking for Money in the Bank. So we'll see what happens because she tweeted Miss Money in the Bank, maybe. Charlotte Flair defeated Rhea Ripley to become the new NXT Women's Champion. That means those 6 women in a ladder match. This is an opportunity, a huge opportunity for them to really step up their game, because whoever wins that ladder match gets to step in the ring with one of the best women's wrestlers in modern time, and that would be Charlotte Flair, 11-time champion. Well, it's 10 times. You can count the 2 NXT titles. Will be 12-time champion. This will be huge for NXT, the NXT Women's Division. Of course, Rhea Ripley can ask for a rematch. We will see down the road what happens there. So Rhea Ripley fought her heart out. Who knows? Rhea Ripley can. And here's the deal. Now that Becky Lynch is retained, will Rhea Ripley think, I should challenge Becky Lynch for the title, unless Shayna wants to go for a rematch? Or Rhea Ripley can step up and say, hey, I want to challenge Becky Lynch. We'll see what happens, you know. More in NXT on Raw. Aleister Black defeated Bobby Lashley, and Lana was not too happy about it. Will Lana realize that she probably regret dumping Rusev for Bobby Lashley? We'll see. But then, one of the matches that everybody's been talking about, and one of the feel-good moments that happened at WrestleMania, it was really huge. Otis Dozovic of Heavy Machinery going one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler. Here's the deal. Otis asked Mandy Rose out on a date. Mandy Rose said, how about Valentine's Day? Perfect. So, as Otis was getting ready, he would send a text. And what she thought was Mandy saying, hey, I'm going to be half an hour late. You know, I need to get ready. Otis, no problem. He understands, you know. She wants to look her best. Always gives Otis some time to look his best and calm down, breathe. And then all of a sudden, you see Mandy Rose sitting at the restaurant waiting for Otis, and Dolph Ziggler swoops in. Otis walks in the restaurant, sees that, drops the roses, walks out. Heartbroken. Alan was like, okay, something's up. I think Dolph Ziggler's put Mandy Rose up to this. And my instincts were kind of correct. I'll explain. Dolph Ziggler posted pictures of him and Mandy Rose up. Otis went off the deep end. He went after Dolph in the Elimination Chamber. Otis was so infuriated he went through. But then Otis went off the deep end, got Heavy Machinery disqualified in the matchup. And then was a week after that, Tucker Knight went one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler took out Tucker Knight on the stairs. And then that mysterious hacker with the round lights, what all thought was Mustafa Ali or something like that. There's a lot of speculation going around who this person is. Decides that the truth will be told. And holy GTV Batman, they saw Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Mandy was talking to Sonya about Otis and looking for a date. And then Sonya's like, okay, give me the deets when you're done. And then Sonya Deville grabbed Mandy's phone and decided to text Otis that saying, I'll be late for 30 or half an hour. All of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, then it flash forward, it blinks, it edits over to talk, and it was Sonya talking to Dolph. Dolph says, when it comes to Mandy Rose, I always look forward to winning. So Mandy Rose found out that Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler planned all this. Mandy Rose walked out on Sonya, and Dolph Ziggler was getting chased by Otis. And Otis tripped him up, but Dolph Ziggler escaped. But Dolph Ziggler went back to check on his partner, Tucker. Which leads into tonight's match at WrestleMania, which was a heck of a matchup. They went back and forth. They battled. Otis was about to finish off Dolph Ziggler. Sonya Deville got involved. Dolph Ziggler low-blowed Otis. Didn't see it. Otis kicked out, but then Mandy Rose's music played. Here comes Mandy. Here comes Mandy. Mandy slaps Sonya Deville, takes her out of the equation. And then Dolph Ziggler's like, what are you doing? Referee's checking out Otis. Dolph Ziggler's already doing. You're going to ruin the whole thing. Mandy Rose low blow Dolph Ziggler. Otis knocks him down. Does the caterpillar elbow. 1, 2, 3. Mandy Rose steps in the ring. They both clasp hands. Victory. And then Mandy jumps into Otis's arms. And then they kissed. What a way. What a country we live in, huh? This is totally awesome. Most awesome moment, WrestleMania moment. Everybody loved it. It was totally awesome. So Otis, my man, you are the man. And like Malcolm Bivens said, we should have a National Otis Day. Now forget Rusev Day. It's Otis Dosovic Day. It's Otis Day. Otis Day. Yes. 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 and I'm sure Mojo Rawley and Rob Gronkowski got to approve that. Goes, go. I can see Mojo Rawley. Go ahead, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you, Otis is my man. And even Tucker says he was wrong about Mandy, and now Tucker wants Mandy to be part of the team known as Golden Machinery. I love that. You know, imagine Mandy Rose looking like a sexy construction worker girl with a hard hat and everything else, and had the vest and has Mandy on it, and she leads her team to victory. Imagine that. The forewoman, Mandy Rose. There you go. That should be a manager gimmick for her. That would be really cool. And have Heavy Machinery come in. And now it says, now that my man's got his girl, we're going for those tag team titles next. If I were Mr. Morrison, I'd be worried. Because you're talking about this. Adding Mandy Rose to the team, it could motivate Heavy Machinery into superstardom. It could end up having them tag team championship. SmackDown championship. Miz and Morrison, hey, ho, ho. Yeah, you're going to get squished like bugs when Otis and Tucky, I'm coming. And I tell you what, Otis is going to be so motivated, it's not going to be funny. Watch out, Miz and Morrison. Those belts are going around the waist of Tucker Knight and Otis Dosovic, Heavy Machinery. I'm guaranteeing that's happening. All right? And last man standing match, Edge and Randy Orton fought like men all over the place in the Performance Center. It's almost like, here's the deal. I think they're going to be inspiring Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa to do something. If their match not happening at the Performance Center, I am sure they'll probably look at that matchup and say, we got to kick it up a notch. We got to and I'm sure Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa will try to follow that. It was a heck of a matchup. Edge won in the end. Welcome back, Edge. Really proud of him. Totally awesome. It was so kick butt. That match was so awesome. And then Rob Gronkowski, host of WrestleMania of all people, while a bunch of NXT superstars, well, I couldn't make out who they are, but I know they're there. I saw Baba Tunde in there. Tried to beat up on Mojo Rawley to become 24/7 champion. Rob Gronkowski jumped off the balcony, did a splash, pinned Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley's the new 24/7 champion. I'm going back to what I said. R-Truth will be a 40-time champion when all this chaos is over and summer is here. By the time, if we still have the Wayland City Festival, which I'm praying that we will, if it goes later on, I am saying that R-Truth will be the 40-time 27 champion. He'll be the first 40-time champion with any title in the WWE. I'm calling it right now. I am calling it right now. So that's the way it is. So congratulations to Rob Gronkowski. Be careful. Watch your back, Playboy. Watch your back. And the Raw Tag Team Championship match had another NXT superstar get involved in the match. In fact, two NXT superstars were challenging for the Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Young career. Austin Theory, I'll tell you what a few weeks. Makes his debut on Raw, and boom, gets replaced in Andrade for the Tag Team Championship against the Street Profits, who retain the titles. But then Angel Garza and Austin Theory tried to do a post-match attack. Zelina Vega kicked Montez Ford in the face, and prompting Montez Ford's lovely wife, Bianca Belair, the EST NXT coming out, and hitting Zelina Vega with the KOD, Kiss of Death. And you know what? With her on the Street Profits side, you're talking about this, Zelina Vega is in for a world of hurt. And believe me, when I say this, Bianca Belair will pay dividends for the Street Profits. She's going to add a more aggressive attitude and edge to the Street Profits. You want all the smoke? They got the titles. You come get them. They're going to defend the belts, and they're going to go all out. That's what I'm seeing in the Street Profits. And SmackDown Women's Championship in a Fatal 5-Way elimination match. Bayley won. Tamina was eliminated first, then Naomi, then Sasha Banks. despite a little miscommunication from Sasha Banks and Bayley, Lacey Evans was eliminated thanks to Sasha Banks, and Bayley retained the title. As Bayley has a few harsh words to say to Paige, I wouldn't, there's a rumor going around about Paige that she may come back. I don't know. If Edge can come back after 9 years, Daniel Bryan can come back, there's hope. Who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen in the WWE. The Firefly Funhouse matchup was crazy. I mean, it had everything from John Cena in his trunk that he made his debut against Kurt Angle in 2002. His 2002 trunks. Surprised he can still fit in those. Then they did some crazy stuff. The 80s version of the steel cage. And did the puppets, Mr. McBossman and Macho Mercy. It was hilarious. It's like paying tribute to the 90s Raw days. And then you had John Cena. You had Bray Wyatt dressed up like Eric Bischoff almost with the NWO shirt, and then introduced John Cena. John Cena in an NWO shirt with the NWO Championship. That's crazy. I thought I seen everything, and it was something. But at the end, the Fiend came out, hit John Cena with the mandible claw, the 3 count. Bray Wyatt defeated John Cena. Unbelievable. That was a heck of a matchup. Funhouse match was one of the craziest matches. Even Titus O'Neil said, I cannot believe what I just saw. I don't know what I just saw. We all don't know what we just saw, but it was insane. It was mind-blowing. It was totally crazy. And then the final match, the WWE Championship match, Brock Lesnar defending against Drew McIntyre. A few minutes into the matchup, Drew McIntyre hit the Claymore. Brock Lesnar kicked out. You got to do more than that. Brock Lesnar then hit Drew McIntyre with 3 F5s, the same 3 F5s that put The Undertaker out at WrestleMania 30. It ended the streak. Drew McIntyre kicked out of all 3 F5s. I was like, after the third F5, the Undertaker can't kick out of that, neither can Drew. Drew kicked out of that. I picked Drew McIntyre to win this matchup, and then finally, Drew McIntyre hit 4 Claymores. 3 more Claymores for a grand total of 4. Pinned him 1, 2, 3. We have a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the first United Kingdom born superstar to do so. The first Scottish born superstar to do so. This is huge. Not only for the country of Scotland, but for the entire region of the United Kingdom. Everybody should stand up and be proud. In that region should be proud of Drew McIntyre. I know the entire country of Scotland must be partying their heads off inside their respective houses. If they're having right now, they're probably partying their butts off, knowing that Drew McIntyre achieved his dream. And it was something else to behold. I could not believe it. I was really happy for Drew. And I have a lot of respect for Drew McIntyre for it now. I have a lot more respect for Drew McIntyre. I became more of a fan with Drew McIntyre. He's the man right now. Who's next on his list? We'll find out. We'll find out for sure. Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman, new champions. Congratulations. What a WrestleMania that was. I'm telling you. So, a little dedication to Drew McIntyre. Was old school. It was his Broken Dreams by Shaman's Harvest. I'm going to do a little ditty off that. And so here we go. Out of time. So say goodbye. What is yours now is mine. And I'll dream broken dreams. Make your wish come true. I'll make your wish come true. Bam! Bam! It's unbelievable. I'm just really loving it right now. So, Drew McIntyre, congratulations to you. Congratulations to all the superstars. Thank you, WWE superstars. Thank you, WWE. Thank you, Vince McMahon. Thank you, Triple H, Stephanie, Shane, whoever's in charge of putting WrestleMania together this year. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the superstars. Thank you for giving us some entertainment at a very, very crucial time in our lives and where we needed it the most. So thank you so much. that's it. That's all the time I have on this show. It's unbelievable. WrestleMania, it was awesome, and I'm hoping that WrestleMania was good for you guys as well. I know it made me feel good. It was great. It was crazy. It was totally awesome. All right. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you on episode 542. Hopefully I'll do more episodes to get these thumbs. I have all the time in the world to do so until May 4th. I'm hoping that we all get back to normal, so to speak, in a way, our own normal lives, like getting back to work and all that. And I know our lives won't be the same. We won't be the same after this, obviously. Our lives won't be totally normal after this, but when we need, you know, a lot of people are flipping out and all this and saying, "Oh, it's too soon. May 4th, too soon." Hey, listen. We all gonna need to make the money somehow. We can't let fear run our lives anymore. That's the thing, man. I know it's tough, and I want to get back to work. I want to make some money. I want to do all this, but we can't live in fear. So we have to be patient, and I understand that. I understand we can't. Listen. Just if y'all do what you're told to do, maybe we don't have to worry about extending times. Okay? Just please, all right. Stay inside. Wash your hands. Don't do anything stupid out there and get yourself arrested, because a lot of people did a lot of dumb things that got themselves arrested. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful night, actually. In fact, it's already Monday. God's sakes. 12:20 a.m. in the morning. All right. I'll see you later. Good night.